I'm going to shut up and pull up the actual examples here, because that's what we really want to walk through. And I'm going to start with our good friends at Cal State Fullerton. Cal State Fullerton signed on with us towards the middle and tail end of the peak of the pandemic, right? So
Okay.
this is an institution that, they were piecing things together prior to the pandemic, and they knew they had to get an admitted student day together. They knew they had to then, now they're transitioning, you can see on the screen, to orientation. But this is one of their couple of platforms that they use for presenting content and connecting students to their platform. And they recently just hosted an admitted student day where they were, and it was an admitted student sequence. And that's one of the things that has really changed over the past 15 months is most institutions kind of understand you're not going to get a student to come to a virtual session at 9 a.m. on a Saturday like you would get them to come to campus at 9 a.m. on a Saturday for an in-person program, right? And so part of this is the breaking up of the content to say, we're going to have segments of content that are available at different times. And you can see here that they have different pages of resources depending on the content that's available. So again, think of like a Netflix type environment where you have your different categories of, new releases, dramas, comedies, etc. Right? And so you have the content here that's curated in a way that supports the conversion and engagement of students on these topics. And then what happens is you can schedule events to happen. So they have a how to get involved chat that's coming up. That's actually happening later this evening when this is being recorded. Spoiler alert on the time frame, but that's going to be available for them to really get how to understand how to get involved. That's going to happen here on their event hub. So if I come to their event hub page, this is where content lives and then goes live when it goes live, if it goes live. And you see here on this page, they have an image of the campus that's available. You can also personalize this and actually have an introductory video if you like. And I'll show that in a couple of different platforms, how these sub pages are really personalized for the institution and really showcase the brand. But we can also embed different calls to action. So this links out to the new student orientation platform, and then has upcoming programs and events, and then different resources that are available to the students depending on what their interests are. This is all customizable within the institution's dashboard. So the grouping of links, the different links that are posted available, different videos they want to make on demand. They can actually record content directly to our platform or upload existing content, or even embed YouTube videos. So what Conduit becomes is, again, this kind of content hub and really this engagement hub that really pulls it all together. And then what happens is every interaction that happens on the platform environment is tracked and reportable back to the institution. And I know I have in my notes, we're going to talk about data in a little bit. What happens with the data is that can be reported back into the CRM at the individual record level. So Zach attended this virtual session. He watched these 3 presentations. He chatted. These are the questions he asked. These are the documents he downloaded. Now that can get populated back into your CRM, be used for predictive models, be used for informing follow-up communications, and that all happens here on the environment. I'll show one more, and then I'll see what kind of questions you have for the environment. I'm going to pull up University of Notre Dame. You can see here they've customized their platform in a different way, right? They currently don't have any programs scheduled on this platform environment, so dynamically it doesn't promote upcoming content. It becomes an on-demand hub. So think about it like the Hulu strategy, right? Hulu is library of content, recent content available on demand, and they go live sometime, or you can go live with the option to go live, right? And so not every Notre Dame understands not everything needs to be live, and not everything needs to be what we call simulated live, where you pre-record something and then post it and share it at a specific date and time. There's value in having an on-demand resource hub and a resource library, and then you're simply driving students to the platform to engage with that content, right? So it's very much so can be kind of a set it and forget it, for lack of a better term, strategy when it comes to developing a virtual content. But you see here, they have sub pages specifically for paying for college, pre-college programs, life on campus, and all of these pages are again customized to the institution. And so you make resources available. And you can see here, I'm going to pause this video so it doesn't mess up any of our audio or whatnot. But you can see that Notre Dame has chosen to have a video available here when you access this page. Links to resources and upcoming content. So it becomes, again, a Netflix library, what's next, what's recommended, et cetera, et cetera. And the big difference being, you go on a site like YouTube to watch a video, What's next is driven by the algorithm, and it could be
Yeah.
something you watched 3 days ago, and or it can be an ad for another school, or it can be whatever that type of environment. So what this does, and I'm not saying don't put videos on YouTube, because you want to be discoverable, you want to be available. But if I'm putting a link in an email to my database of prospective students, I don't want to push them to YouTube, because now I'm selling my students' data to Google for free, right?
Mm.
Versus keeping them in my contained environment and having better analytics on what's happening with them on our platform.